Happy Festivus! Today I thought I'd talk about arranging music for solo guitar. I probably don't have to tell you that the guitar is an incredibly versatile instrument. We often think of it in a lead or rhythm context, but it doesn't have to be one or the other. The guitar is a lot like the piano in that it's possible to produce a complete musical texture with a melody, bass line, and accompanying stuff in the middle, all on one instrument. Solo jazz guitar, solo acoustic fingerstyle guitar, and classical guitar all take advantage of the guitar's ability to do this. And while the guitar has many capabilities, it's not without its limitations. There are many considerations to be made when crafting a good guitar arrangement of existing music. So in the interest of being festive, I thought I'd critique a couple Christmas song arrangements. I have these two books of Christmas songs arranged for solo classical guitar. When I was in grad school, I used to get voluntold to play background music at the university president's fancy holiday party every year, and I would just sight read stuff out of these books because it was easy. Not gonna bust my chops for 3 hours when no one's really listening. But on any Christmas gig, I always find myself playing more out of this book than this one. And it's because the arrangements in this one are better, and I'll show you why. We'll just check out one song in each. So the songs in this book are mostly traditional English carols and things like that. Joy to the World, O Come All You Faithful, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Good King What's His Name. It's all arranged by someone named Joseph Castle. I don't know who that is. All great music, all arranged in a similar way, and I think it's all okay, but it has some big flaws. Let's take a look at God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Okay, so it sounds pretty decent, right? The melody is all there, the harmonies all make sense and are voiced well. But I think one of the biggest issues with it is that it doesn't sound or feel like guitar music. This song is an English carol from the 18th century. Traditionally, this would be sung by a group of people in 3 or 4 part harmony. In that configuration, it's very beautiful and colorful. This arrangement is like if someone took that and copied and pasted it onto the guitar. It's mostly 3-note chords, and the chords change on every beat with every melody note. And the way it's done makes perfect sense musically, but the result is something that feels and sounds, in my opinion, very heavy-handed. I mean, listen to the last phrase. So many quick position shifts in the last couple bars there. I think it's kind of clunky. It adds a layer of difficulty that doesn't need to be there, which in turn could detract from the music. Like, obviously I'm able to play it, but it just doesn't flow, you know? So how would I make this better? First thing I would do is thin out the accompaniment. Big time. As pretty as it is, we don't need this strict 3-part harmony all the way through. A melody and a bass line, as they work together, imply the harmony. What if I just take out the middle voice? That sounds okay. What if I only play the bass notes on beats 1 and 3? I think that's got more dimension to it, and I'm doing less. Maybe I could do a guitaristic thing where I play the middle voices on the and of every beat. That sounds like guitar music. If I were to rework this whole arrangement, I would probably start with something a little more sparse and gradually fill out the texture as I go. as it stands, there's no variation in the texture. It's just busy, full harmony the whole time. I think we can stand a little bit of this, but varying the texture would open up the possibility of several repetitions. You could make a whole thing of it. I think any guitar arrangement should sound like the music was written for the guitar. That makes it more enjoyable to play and listen to. Alright, let's check out one from this other book. Mark Phillips arranged everything in this book. Don't know who that is either. The songs in this book are of the relatively newer variety from classic musicals and movies and such. Things like Frosty the Snowman, Let It Snow, Silver Bells, My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music, which I never totally understood why that's considered a Christmas song. But anyway, the arrangements in this book are fantastic. They are so tasteful and well executed. I'll play you Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. Man, that is good. I think it demonstrates all my earlier points. You don't need much to get the music across. There's a simple bass line, the melody is all there, and the accompaniment in the middle voices is very subtle. The middle voices mainly happen on the strong beats in each measure. Nothing is too busy. Whenever there's a held out note in the melody, the bass line gets more active to fill the space, like right here. It's like a dialogue. It's got a lot of jazzier harmonies, especially this part. And even when those happen, they're voiced with the bare minimum needed to get them across. There's only a few chords that have more than 3 notes in their voicings, and those happen when it builds to the big 5 chord at the end of the middle section. And it has just the right amount of creative touch, like this ending. Nothing detracts from the song itself. It's just super well done. It's not difficult, it sits in the hands beautifully, and it's fun to play, which usually means it's going to be fun to listen to. So, if you ever try making a guitar arrangement of something, the biggest thing to remember is that less is more. Arranging is really a process of creative problem solving. You always have to make sacrifices while trying to preserve the core of what makes the music what it is. Some things you can almost always get away with removing, like octave doubling or the fifths from chords. If you have to cut deeper than that, then you have to start getting a little creative with the liberties you take. So I hope you enjoyed this video. At the time of posting, it's 2 days till Christmas. To those of you who celebrate, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday to all. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the holidays, and I'll see you next time.